shit, and welcome back to Diablo 2, the final game, the released game. This has been literally a childhood dream. As I was a kid, you know, I was a huge fan of Diablo and Diablo 2 and PlayStation 2. My biggest dream was Diablo 2 coming to the PlayStation 2, and it never happened, and PS3 it never happened. So this has been, with Tales of Arise, my most anticipated game for 2021. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Blizzard, I'm not a huge fan of online required, I'm not a huge fan of digital only, but I already have a physical version of Diablo 2 on PC, and Diablo 2 is one of the greatest games of all time. It is my second most played game of all time. I just had to buy it. I just couldn't wait for a price drop or anything else. I had to get Diablo 2. And the funny thing is, I've never played any other character than the Necromancer. I just always play the Necromancer.
All who oppose me, beware.
Indeed.
I can't use this yet.
Yes, you can.
I can't use this yet.
Rise, minions, rise! Oh man, the music. Of course, I already played the beta of the game. I played up to Act 2, and then I found out that your character will not progress into the official game, so I stopped playing the beta because I'm like, I'm not gonna play, you know, more when I have to do everything over again. A jewel.
I can't.
Oh, of course not, stupid. You had to keep jewels in. Was it? Or did you have to suck them in your weapons? I think that's the... Hey, Mula Monkey. What's up? Yes, Blizzard has been in a really tight spot lately. However, I do have to point out that the team that created this game, the remake, not the original, they, from what I have seen, they have nothing to do with what is happening at Blizzard. I know that some people boycott this game out of protest, but I mean, yeah.
I can't use this yet.
The game runs very smooth. I'm really interested how the game performs. Kind of like an Act 2 when you're in these temples. The 6 or 7 temples it was. Those were the areas where there's going to be a shit ton of enemies on screen. And at that time you're going to have a pretty large amount of skeletons. I really am curious how the frame rate will be. But for this type of game where, you know, graphically it's not God of War or anything like that, it's just probably gonna handle pretty well. Oh wait, I'm level up. Oh! This is the only thing that I have to get used to. Bam! Did I? Oh. Low quality javelin. Yes, Diablo 3 is on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PS4, Switch, and you know I'm a massive Diablo fan. I mean, gigantic Diablo fan. I liked Diablo 3. It wasn't bad,
death,
but it wasn't as good as this one or the original. But when they released the expansion, then it became much better, much better. And Diablo 3 is actually my first platinum on PS4. I played the heck out of that game. But it was not as good as Diablo 1 or 2. It's probably a little bit nostalgia talking, but just Diablo 1 and 2, these are such big parts of my childhood, you don't understand. It's crazy. The amount of hours I've put in this game, playing at my dad's place, where we go to every weekend. Yeah. That was crazy. The secret cow level that everybody wanted to see in Diablo 1, and then finally we saw it in Diablo 2. Yep. The music, just the graphics, the whole atmosphere was just crazy. But that's just maybe nostalgia talking. Ooh, very good choices. Tales of Vesperia is actually an awesome game. I don't know why so many people hate it. I really liked Tales of Vesperia. And Diablo 3 is also great. But I have played them on the PS4, not on PS3. No, I literally, without a joke, spent thousands of hours playing Diablo 2 and Diablo 1. I still play Diablo 1, and if I had a PC, I would still be playing Diablo 2, but I don't have to, because I can play Diablo 2 finally on my console that I like to play. I also have Diablo on PC, the original one, but I still prefer to play it on PlayStation 1, even though graphics and loading times are definitely much worse. I don't know, it still plays better. Games like this, in my personal opinion, feel more at home on a console than with a joystick, you know, than with a mouse and keyboard. I never really fully liked playing Diablo games with a mouse and keyboard. Yes, that is the perfect way to handle building up a collection. And that is sort of what I'm trying to do with PS5. I'm trying to wait as long as I possibly can. Hopefully to a point where there's going to be a PS5 Slim coming out. Probably not. I will probably pick it up next year, but... And I'll just, you know, try and get as many games as cheap as possible. Whoop, I'm dying. Oh. Yeah, you know, PS3 and of course PS2, these PlayStation systems are the perfect systems to build up big amount of collection, a big collection. Pick up big amount of games, that's what I meant to say. Most of them are cheap. There are so many PS2s out there, so many PS3s out there. People are, at least here in Holland, almost giving them free. Almost. Still costs money, but that's how it feels. Why the fuck am I being asked? Ah! Little thwart. Oh, there's a strong one. Die, you sucker! Yes, I know. I know that. Wasn't there also a rumor that ISIS was communicating on the PlayStation Network? So they could undermine, you know, the governments and stuff? That was pretty funny. I have no idea if that was actually true or just a weird rumor, but... Hey, I need more. Die, suckers! Kabam! We got ourselves an extra skill.
Is that enough to earn the rogue's trust?
The Den of Evil must be one of the best quests in the entire game, since you get an extra skill. Did I level up actually? Oh, I did! I did level up. Skeleton Mastery. Let's get out of here. One of the quality of life improvements that they have made is that you pick up gold automatically. That was really annoying in the in Diablo 2. I didn't really mind it in Diablo 1. I guess since I played on PS1, it didn't bother me that much. But it's definitely a huge improvement. You know, I never got into MMOs. I never got into World of Warcraft. The only MMO that I really played was EVE Online. I don't know why. There was just something about EVE Online, the whole system where player runs factions and governments, and especially a large amount of trading between real players, and that you had to mine resources and you could buy ships, and it takes days and sometimes months to learn a skill. I don't know, that sounded really cool. And I actually played it a lot with my brother, but we never went as far as actually going anywhere in the game. But I did play it for a couple of months. My brother played World of Warcraft a lot, and I do like the art style. I love the music. The music is so good in World of Warcraft. Holy damn. But I was never into it. I was more into StarCraft. I was one of the guys who were waiting in line in the midnight launch to get StarCraft 2. StarCraft is another franchise of my childhood that I spent thousands of hours playing. I love StarCraft. I actually listen to quite a lot of music from World of Warcraft. I mostly listen to video game music when I'm in my car, driving home, or driving to my work, or driving whatever. And other times, you know, there's Super Nintendo, PlayStation music, World of Warcraft music. Yep, pretty good.
Beware. Take care.
Beware! To be honest, it sounds exactly the same as the original Diablo. It's probably more fluid, better music, but it's kind of weird, but the entire game feels exactly the same. Except if you put on the legacy mode, what was it? Was it select and... It was something. But you can put the legacy mode on. And then you can actually see the difference between how the game actually was back then and how it is now. But I think they have done an incredible amount of work to make sure that Diablo 2 Resurrected looks and feels exactly the same. It's kind of weird.
Hi there.
But in a really good way. Hey, no, wait up. Okay, yeah, no. A bucklet. +1 to dexterity. Oh, there's another one here. Oh, there's a sash.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Okay. Never need that. I don't need this too. Yes, I sold a gem. Oh, jewel. Okay, jewel. Give me my extra skill.
I am a cop. You have...
Trade. Essentials for this game, of course. Whoop. Whoop. Oh wait.
Yes?
Key is not really that essential, to be honest. Whoop. Press 1, durability in 32 seconds. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Welcome, Outlander, to our glorious hovel. I know you're here to challenge the evil that's driven us from our ancestral home. But
Bandai is, or Namco Bandai is an incredibly good developer, and I think with Tales of Arise that I still have to play, but from what I've played from the demo, they really have stepped up their game, at least in terms of graphics. It finally looks like a sort of current-gen RPG. Don't get me wrong, Tales of games, to me personally, were one of the few franchises that felt old school. I love Tales of Vesperia, I like Tales of Berseria, etc., etc. But graphically, it was still kind of in the GameCube era, right? I mean, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Vesperia, it's kind of in the same ballpark. Where Tales of Arise honestly feels current gen. It feels like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna say Final Fantasy levels, because Final Fantasy VII Remake is a level on its own. I mean, most games don't even have that kind of polish, detail, frame rate that Final Fantasy VII Remake has, but Tales of Arise, I really had to choose between two. Do I want to buy Tales of Arise or do I want to buy Diablo 2? But I figured that Tales of Arise price will probably drop, and I'm gonna play this game more with my friends, so I'm like, I'll get this one. I'm really curious what Namco Bandai is gonna do next, because Tales of Arise is their fastest selling Tales of game ever. It sold 1 million copies in a couple of days. It's probably one of the best selling RPGs on PS4. So I'm really curious if we're gonna see more RPGs with the same quality of Arise. And games like Ni no Kuni 2, in my personal opinion, are of that level. I love Ni no Kuni 2. Dragon Quest 11, holy damn. And of course Nintendo with their Xenoblade games.
I can't use this yet.
Well, to be honest, the Soul games are not made by Namco Bandai. They're made by From Software. They are published by Namco Bandai. But I love Dark Souls too. They do have Code Vein. That's also a game that I still need to pick up. I've heard a lot of good things about Code Vein. Hey, there it is. What? Oh wait, no. Oh wait! I made a little mistake. We'll sell this off.
What you need?
What you need? Then to the cold plains. Cave level 1. Okay. Let's go to the cave. I do remember with Diablo 2 is that you level up pretty fast in the beginning, but in the middle / /N, it can take a long ass time. I think I've never reached level 99. I think I always sort of got burned out on the game. Yeah, I think I never reached level 99. There's probably a trophy that you have to be level 99 though. Chipped skull. Hungry Dead. I was pretty hungry, to be honest. Good old water. Hey, there's another one. Where is he? There he is. Another one? Music, hopefully then it takes me back to some good old days. Hey, I'm a baseline brawler. My first trophy. Level up. When can I again current skill level? We scan or receive bonus from skeleton mastery. Summon resist. I think I have Final Fantasy Tactics on the PSP. Yeah, I got Ogre Tactics. Yeah, and Final Fantasy Tactics. I did play it for a while, but the game is hard. The game is very hard.
Not enough mana. I can't use this yet. I can't use this yet.
Die, no! No! Well, to be completely honest, that is what I would have preferred too. I would have preferred the full game, just great graphics. However, you know, after playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, do I like the ending? Don't know. To me personally, Sephiroth in the entire game was someone that you anticipated fighting against. You know, the entire game you're like, oh, when I'm gonna fight him, when I'm gonna fight him. Where in the remake, it's like, okay, bam, you're fighting him in the first part of the game of the original Final Fantasy storyline in Midgard. And I was like, yeah, okay, I mean, this is like the main villain. This is like the end boss, and you are already facing him. I'm like, okay. However, everything around Final Fantasy VII Remake, I loved. The sense of scale, story, how it was told, the characters, the voice acting, graphics, no day one patches. I am looking at Final Fantasy VII Remake as the game that I loved, told in a different way and played in a different way. So I really liked Final Fantasy VII Remake. I liked it a lot more than Final Fantasy 15. But it will never be as good as the original. It doesn't matter what they do, it will never be as good. Not to me, at least.
I can't use this yet. I can't use this yet.
Why can't you use... Why not? This is weird.
I can't use this yet. I can't use this yet.
Army of the Dead, arise! Extra gold from monsters.
Not in town.
Good to see you.
Yeah, and the latest mobile game that he made, Fantasian, from what I've heard, is actually a really good game. So I do hope one day that he will port it to the consoles. But yeah, we shall see what happens. I prefer the original Final Fantasy games over Chrono Trigger. Now you have to understand, I have never played one. Okay, I have played Final Fantasy IV this year. I have played Final Fantasy VI. I never beat it. I did play Final Fantasy 1 and 2. No, I played 1 and beat it. I played 2. I didn't like it. But Final Fantasy 7, 9 and 10 are better than Chrono Trigger. Final Fantasy 8, I don't hate it. I don't know. Chrono Trigger is a really good game though, and I think what Chrono Trigger did extremely well is to make it a fun game. To make the combat not super difficult, not super easy, but make the turn-based gameplay that most of the time, especially in that era, was kind of slow played, really sort of natural, like fast-paced, fluid, natural, simple, but you can make it very advanced if you wish to. So I really like Chrono Trigger. Where else my body, by the way? Where the flying? Oh, there it is. I especially love the storyline of Chrono Trigger. The whole, you know, going from prehistoric age up until the end of the world, trying to save the world from a certain fate. I really love that. That was really cool. And of course the music is legendary. Yes, that's true. I actually am playing Lost Odyssey before I was playing Diablo 2, but I am stuck at the first boss. That is not even a joke. I'm literally stuck. I tried beating the boss 5 times. I tried grinding to level up. At a certain point, I just didn't get experience anymore. I'm level 13, I guess. I think, yeah, 13. And the boss just beats my ass every single time. And I was like, the difference, the spike in difficulty is so large. So freaking large. And especially because I played Chrono Trigger and then started playing Lost Odyssey, I'm like, it's not balanced. Chrono Trigger was pretty balanced to me personally. I was just playing it yesterday and I'm like, I'm not liking this. You know, the storyline was interesting, the characters were like, I'm not a huge fan of the character designs, but I'm like, okay, you know, it could be. I've heard so many good things about how great the story is, and then just the bosses fucked you up, and it seems that a lot of the bosses in Lost Odyssey are extremely hard. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I have not played Blue Dragon, but I do have the game. I think at one point Chrono Trigger has spoiled me in terms of that a turn-based RPG does not automatically have to be boring or slow-paced or extremely difficulty spikes. You know, it is probably one of the reasons why so many gamers see Chrono Trigger as one of the greatest RPGs of all time. It is one of the games that I, in a couple of years, would replay. Same goes with Suikoden 2. I still want to replay Suikoden 2 one day. It has been one of the best gaming experiences this year. Suikoden 2 is magic, just magic. Anybody who disagrees should die. You have been banned from PlayStation. No. Why? Yeah, maybe I'm gonna look up some guides on the internet, on YouTube. Maybe there's some sort of gimmick you have to do to beat the boss. It's the one on the mountain, that sort of griffin at the Grand Staff. He just kicks my fucking ass. Ah! Almost dead. Again, by the way. The hungry dead. Level up. Forest. Oh, I should have gotten the golem. No. Doesn't matter. Oh, I got a wand. Meh. One point to maximum damage. I have played Dead Rising 2 and Dead Rising 4 with Frank again. It's probably, yeah, I think it's Dead Rising 4 on the ps4, and I love those games. They're so fun, and also, in my personal opinion, they're one of the few zombie games that actually makes you feel like there's a zombie apocalypse. There's just hundreds and hundreds of zombies on screen. It's crazy. It is so cool. I definitely want to play the original Dead Rising. I've never played it, but I do have it. You know, I'm not sure if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, but I am on my way to buying all the Xbox and Xbox 360 exclusives, at least the ones that I want. A chest.
I am overburdened.
Get all everything.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
He's overburdened. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what the thing is? I know Knights of the Round, Knights of the Old Republic. Holy shit! Why did I say Knights of the Round? But I am a Star Wars fan in terms of the movies. I like the Star Wars movies. They're fun. But in general, I am not like a fan of Star Wars. So, Knights of the Old Republic is not one of the games that I prefer getting. I probably will buy it because it's not very expensive, but I probably won't play it. Or maybe I will. You know, maybe one day I'm in the mood to play a sci-fi adventure, but I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars. I do want to play. Is it Fallen Jedi? The game on PS4 that people say it kind of is like Star Wars meets Dark Souls. That game looks fun, and I want to try it out. But there's a high chance that I won't beat it, that I will get bored pretty fast.
Not in
or
time.
The game is great, you know. But I'm not the biggest fan of Star Wars. At least not outside the movies.
Hello.
Oh, no, not the reset. Hey, didn't I? Oh no,
Good
wait.
day.
That's another quest.
Greetings.
I'm rich. Rich! Okay. But I mean, it's still Star Wars. But, you know, that's kind of sometimes the issue you have when you have large amount of games. It's, when I was a kid, if I had an Xbox and my dad would buy Knights of the Old Republic, would I have played it? Yes. Would I have beat it? Yes. Maybe even multiple times. But now that I have a choice of my own and I can basically buy and play whatever I want, do I choose to prefer, for example, Knights of the Old Republic above Tales of Arise? No. And that's kind of the question that I have times 100. You know, there's dozens of games I prefer to play above that game. Not saying it's a bad game or anything else. It's kind of the same with FIFA. Would I ever play a FIFA game? Sure. You know, if a friend of mine comes along with other buddies and he's like, shall we play a soccer game? I would probably say, okay, whatever. But if I had a choice on my own, would I ever play a FIFA game? Hell no. I don't even own one. Not saying that FIFA is a bad game. Just, I don't prefer playing it. At all, to be honest. At all. But I can if I don't have a choice. You don't finish games? Well, there are gamers out there who stressed maybe a little bit too much, but we'll just stick with stressed. Some gamers get stressed out or get annoyed if they have a big backlog or they have a game that they spend 20 hours on or whatever and they haven't completed it. I am not one of those gamers. I honestly don't care if I play a game and don't finish it. I don't. If I feel that I have played a certain game enough that I get bored or burned out, and burned out and bored are kind of like the same, a little bit, not entirely, but a little bit. I don't care. Like I don't give a shit. You know, the Atelier games, they're fun games. They're fun. They're not super good. They're not super bad. They can definitely be fun. I have never beaten an Atelier game. None. I do almost have every one of them. Especially on PS3, I think I need one Atelier game. On PS4, I definitely need a lot more. But I have a lot of Atelier games. I played them all. I have beaten none. I always get bored at a certain time. I don't care. Because I most of the time do get around 20-25 hours of enjoyment out of the games. So I don't care. I don't have this stressed out feel or the urge to beat the games because they're in my backlog or they're in my collection and they're not beaten. I don't care. I had fun with them and that's it. There are, for example, certain shmups. You know Japanese shooters, right? Most shmups can be beaten, holy damn, in less than an hour. And yes, a lot of times you have different characters that you can play with. You have different ships that you can play with. Sometimes, like Darius, there are different paths you can take. And sometimes I do it. Sometimes I do play a shmup a lot. Because I really like it. Like Gradius. But sometimes I play a shmup like, what's it called? Sisters Royale? I played that game once. I beat it, I played it once, and I was like, okay, that's a fun shooter. That's it. And there are some gamers who would say, oh my god, you bought this game, 30 bucks, you played it not even an hour. I don't care. I had my fun with it. Shmups to me are in between games. So I had a fun with it. I don't care how much hour I spent with the game. And sometimes there are certain games that you push yourself to try and beat it. You push yourself to keep playing, saying to yourself, oh, the game is gonna get better, it's gonna get better. It doesn't get better. And after 40 hours, you're like, yeah, I don't really... You know, a really good example is Persona. I played Persona 4, I played Persona 5, I played Persona 5 Royale. These are God tier RPGs. These games are amazing. From its music, battle systems, storyline, everything about Persona is 4 and 5 that I have played is amazing. I have never beaten a single one of them. I spent about 50 to 60 hours with Persona 4. Spent about 50 hours with Persona 5. Spent 50 hours with Persona 5 Royale. I just got bored. And this is one of these games that I try to force myself to play it. Try to force myself, no, the game is good, you have to keep going. And I just get bored. I'm like, I don't want to game anymore. And I'm just like, whatever. You know, in total I spent 100 hours with Persona 5. I had my fun with it. Okay, it's a shame, I never beat it. I don't care. So don't be bummed out if you don't beat games. You shouldn't care. If you have fun with these games, that's all that matters. The sub-load arbiter. Yes. The controls are kind of like Diablo 3. They feel right at home on a controller. I agree. I agree that the time between Super Nintendo, like the original Nintendo, to me feels a little bit too old. I can still play it. I actually played Zelda quite a bit on the Nintendo Switch. But to me, the original Nintendo feels a little bit too old. The Super Nintendo era up until the PS2, that was by far the golden age of how cool it was to be a gamer. That era, also because I was younger, felt magical. It felt amazing, it felt magical. I remember specifically, you know, playing the Final Fantasy X demo, picking up my PS2, my dad picking up the PS1, my dad and my mom buying the PS1 for me, playing Final Fantasy VII, 8, 9, 10 for the first time, playing Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, playing Devil May Cry, Resident Evil 3, Breath of Fire 3, these games to me are like magic. And that feeling has never returned. Never. Even though the PS4 is my favorite system of all time, not the best, just my favorite, I have never gotten that magical feeling back. And in this day of age where every second of the day you can check out gaming news, to be honest, if you look at trailers, there are gameplay trailers, gameplay walkthroughs, it feels like that you can already experience the entire game before the game even comes out. Where back in the day, you had to look at pictures on a magazine. And the early days of the internet, you can look at a little trailer. I remember looking at the Devil May Cry 3 trailer like probably 1,000 times because of the music. That was so good. But it's completely normal, to be honest. Your childhood is different than when you were actually older. The magic sort of fades away a little bit. But you're right in terms of they're experimenting with franchises, with genres. You do have to understand, and sometimes I forget myself, is on the Super Nintendo, PS1, PS2 era, everything was starting. The first time you're gonna see a racing game, the first time anybody played an RPG, the first time there's gonna be an action game, the first time a game like Devil May Cry, the first time a horror game, the first time 3D graphics. Everything was first time. Where nowadays, let's be honest, everything has been done. It doesn't matter what you do. Everything has been done. Even, for example, a great game like Hades, if you know the indie game, this amazing action roguelike game. Does it feel fresh? Yes. It's a great, fantastic game. But it has already been done. No Man's Sky. It's never been done in that scale. But its gameplay, its core gameplay, has already been done. Every Final Fantasy game already been done. Dragon Quest already been done. Tales of Arise, it's already been done. Every racing game, every puzzle game, everything you can absolutely think of, it's already been done. And I think that's also one of the reasons why people like us prefer the SNES, PlayStation 1, Sega Mega Drive, PS2, Xbox, maybe even PS3 and 360. They were still genres that were new, like the first open world game. And the next step is completely VR. I agree. VR like in Sword Art Online. Will we see it in our lifetime? Probably not. Probably not. But if you just look at gaming genres, everything has been done. Do you know that even a game like Dark Souls has already been done on the PS2 and PS1, called Kingsfield? Already been done. It may not be as good as Dark Souls, it may not be in third person, but it's already been done. A game like Gears of War, it's cover-based shooter, already been done. You had a game on PS2 that it's not exactly the same, it's not as fluid, but it is a cover-based shooter. Many people believe that Gears of War was cursed. No, it wasn't. Yeah, I think the Final Fantasy VII Remake is probably one of the best games Square Enix have made in a very long time in terms of Final Fantasy games. Dragon Quest XI was the perfect RPG in the sense of being an old school RPG. You know, if you look at Final Fantasy 15 as a fun open world game, it's a great game. If you look at Final Fantasy 15 and you think of Final Fantasy, it's gonna be a disappointment. I do have to disagree with you though. That Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of... No, I don't disagree, wait. Zelda Breath of the Wild is a fantastic game. It did bring back some magic. I agree. I completely agree. However, it has a lot of flaws. It has a lot of open world flaws that, let's be honest, if Breath of the Wild was made by Ubisoft, exactly the same game but named a different name, developers would probably have had cried about there isn't a story in the game. There are no dungeons. Once you've beaten the 5 bosses, there's not really much to do. Its quests are mostly boring. You don't really get any reward for most of the quests. Those kind of points of criticism you would probably see if Breath of the Wild was made by another developer.
I am overburdened.
Because those are the type of criticisms you still see. You know, in Days Gone, oh, there's not much to do. Okay.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, I can carry more, literally. But Breath of the Wild did bring back a little bit of the magic. It was a fantastic game. It's one of the few games that I spent more than 100 hours on. It's one of the few games that I kept playing after I beat it. I loved the mini game where you had to build up the city. I just hope, I really hope that in the next part of Breath of the Wild we're gonna see dungeons, more side quests, more stuff to do, more gear, just more, to be honest, just more of everything, more. Because I will say this, the world did feel empty, and I know the world is destroyed and all of that, but it did felt empty. I don't care whichever excuses they make, it felt empty, like there was nothing to do. You know, skiing down or snowboarding down the slope is fun once. Hacking down a tree is fun once. You know what I mean to say? So, to my opinion, I would give Breath of the Wild an 8.5. Maybe 9 of the enjoyment that I had with it. But it's not the holy grail of gaming, one of the best games of all time, one of the greatest games ever made. Sorry, but no. I enjoyed the Xenoblade games more than Zelda.
I can hardly
A lot
believe
more,
that you
actually.
defeated Bloodray.
A lot more. And also, one of the few games I spent more than 100 hours on. Yep. Yep.
Good day.
Holy shit. Klaudkil and Claudia. Oh yes. Come here, little babe. You have my bow. Ah, that is pretty cool. From the Lord of the Rings. Of course, you have my bow. Act 2. You have my spear. Holy shit. Act 3. You have my sword. What was Act 4? What mercenary did... I don't think you have a mercenary in Act 4. Act 5 has Barbarian. But that was so cool. You have my bow, you have my spear, you have my sword. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. I like that. That was cool. Thumbs up. Unidentified.
Good day.
I can't do that.
It is clear that we are facing an evil difficult to comprehend, let alone combat. There is only one Haradrim sage, schooled in the most arcane history
I will.
who could advise us.
Thanks a lot for
This
chatting
name is
and being on the stream for so
You
long.
must go to Tristram and find him, my
See you
friend.
next time.
I
Keep on
pray that he
playing.
still lives.
Keep safe. Stay safe. Whatever. Five to life.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you. Seven poison damage over 3 seconds. Okay. So I'm a nice guy. Hey, what's up, the juggler? I think you mean limit run games? Yep, I'm still into them. Actually, a package with Bloodstained, the collection edition, has been shipped. Was it Bloodstained? And I'm waiting on 2 other packages And I probably will get Quake tomorrow. I was kind of waiting if they would announce another game that I really wanted, but nope. So probably just Quake. Depends on how much shipping is, because it's become crazy expensive here. But yeah, I'm still into limit run games. I just don't buy everything. I am really selective of what type of games I want to buy. Wait, did I make a time portal? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. The Staff of Power. And there should be 2 tombs here, yeps, they are to the mausoleum. Yes, I did get Castlevania. Of course! Symphony of the Nights. And I got the other one. No, wait. Did the one with Symphony of the Night already came out? I think it did. I forgot. I think it did. So I got the first Castlevania collection, and I got the second Castlevania collection, and I got Bloodstained, the second one, the Ritual of the Night. I'm not sure if I got more games though. I think not. The music in this game, holy shit. Oh, they did announce the second collection with Symphony of the Nights. Or was that collect? I'm gonna look at. Whoops! I'm gonna look at it now. Now I wanna. Because they announced. I definitely know that. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. That collection included Symphony of the Nights. No, it did not. Yeah, you have two different collections. You have the collection with the Super Nintendo games from Castlevania, and you had the collection with Arrow of Sorrow and Symphony of the Nights. I have no idea if I'm right though. I'm gonna look it up. Give me a second. I know that Bloodstained has been shipped. That one I know. I still need to... Oh yeah, I got a package with Monster Boy, the collector's edition for PS4. I ordered that one. And I ordered Castlevania the Anniversary Collection. Oh yeah, and Blaster Master 3. Okay, so you are right. Was this one with Symphony of the Nights? Oh no. This is just a Castlevania collection. Oh, you're right. But they did announce Symphony of the Nights, right? Yeah, they did on E3. So it still needs to come out. Okay. In my personal opinion, go for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. The game will not disappoint. Honestly, I loved the game. Absolutely loved it. So my advice would get Xenoblade. Yep. Elden Ring looks cool. Shadow of the Ninja. Yes, they have announced Symphony of the Night. I know 100%. Here, Castlevania Requiem. I have no idea how you spell that in English. I'm sorry. Bundle a physical release on PS4 by Limited Run Games includes Symphony of the Nights and a Rondo of Blood. But we haven't seen more though. It's a pretty long time ago when they announced it. Okay. So yeah, I will be picking up Castlevania that includes Symphony of the Night when that actually hits. Because a original copy of Symphony of the Night on PlayStation is about 500 euros at the moment. It is crazy. 500 euros for Symphony of the Night. Holy moly. That's a lot. That is a lot more than I am willing to pay. And you know, a couple of years ago, you could pick the game up for like 150 euros. It shot up in price, probably because of the increased interest in Castlevania. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get the physical version when Limited Run hits it in their store. Puts it in their store. Because I don't mind. Okay, you know, it's not the original one, but meh, I don't really care. €90? Holy shit, you're lucky. I'll give you 100 euros and you'll send it to me. you know, Chrono, Suikoden 2, Symphony of the Night. These are probably Rayman Legends. That was a 3D version, right? But I mean, Rayman Legends, Mega Man Legends. It's not up there with the other three. So, Suikoden 2, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. What the hell was the other one? Chrono. Those are like the three holy grails of PlayStation 1 collecting. These are so expensive. But worth it though. All of these games are great. More plots. Oh, you're Dutch. I remember. Are you the same person that I spoke with when I was streaming a lot? Because he was Dutch too. Ja. Maar ik heb dus het laatst nog gekeken op Marktplaats om de Symphony of the Nights te kopen. En het enige wat ik zag is eentje van €499. Ik dacht, nou, denk het niet. Dat dacht ik niet. But no. Or yes. Oh wait, I have to find a skill. My army arise. I do have Castlevania Chronicles. I actually got Castlevania Chronicles, Mega Man Legends, and Star Ocean, The Second Departure, and a couple of other games in the bundle that was $90. And I sold Mega Man for $90. So I basically got Star Ocean and Castlevania for free. And it was a bunch of other games on the bundle. I sold all of the other games that I didn't want. That was actually one of the best finds that I had on Marktplaats. Your chest.
I am overburdened.
Of course you are.
I can't carry anymore.
Of course you can't. NetGames is pretty good. They are expensive though. NetGames is pretty expensive, but they're good. They're good. That was a steal. But I have to agree, at least. I'm not sure if you're still on Marktplaats a lot, but I do have to agree that especially older games, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, even PS2, the prices are getting higher and the availability is getting less. Especially on PlayStation 1, I'm seeing less important games, interesting games at good prices. It seems that almost everybody knows how expensive gaming is lately. Everybody wants to have the full price of games. Everybody thinks they have expertise. I have seen someone trying to sell their PS2 for €200. And I actually sent him a message like, hey, I don't want to be rude, but a PS2 is not worth $200. And you probably can guess his reply of, mind your own business. I'm like, okay, whatever. Just trying to be helpful. You know, dude, there was someone who sold 95 Xbox games. There were some good ones. There were some bad ones. it's probably worth, I don't know, maybe 120 bucks. 300 euros. He wanted 300 euros. So I sent him a message. I'm like, for 100 bucks, I'll come and pick up the bundle. I'm like, no, I want 300 bucks. You know, at the bare minimum, 250. I'm like, dude, it's not worth it. Xbox games in general are not worth much. You're not gonna get so much money out of it. But, you know, there are still some good deals to be had. Did you see there was a Mega Man box for Super Nintendo? Just the box. In really good condition. Don't get me wrong. Really good condition. He wanted 500 euros. And you know what the thing is? It's probably worth that much. People are probably ready to pay 500 euros to get a good condition Super Nintendo Mega Man box. But I was just looking at it and just thinking to myself, 500 euros for a box? I saw Earthbound boxed, 3,000 euros. 3,000 euros for a single game. I'm like, what? I know it's worth that much. There was probably someone who really wanted. There was probably someone who pays it. But I'm like, no. I'm sorry, no. For 300 bucks, I can pick up boxes full of PS4 games. No, I'm not gonna spend 300 euro, 3,000 euros on a single game.
Greetings.
It's not worth it. Not to me, at least. Deckard Kane, where are you? Of course I know where he is, but... Oh no, sell it. Sell the sucker! What's up, yo, holo? To be honest, I never play online. I never play with other people. I actually cannot play too much because my brother and a couple of my friends, we're gonna play together. I'm the first one who can play the game. Some are doing other things, some are working, and those are the bunch of people that I play with. So I mostly, you know, even on PC when I was a kid, I never played online. I mostly played offline by myself. I'm a loner. Yes. It's probably Mega Man X3. Okay, bye-bye, the juggler. See you next time. En een fijn weekend alvast. Ik ga er